I'm Tom, Head of Content and Senior Teacher here at Intrepid English. And today, I want to talk about our May Book Club pick. But first, we need to go through some vocabulary. Keen, adjective. Having or showing eagerness or enthusiasm. Folklore, noun. The traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community passed through the generations by word of mouth. Copious, adjective. A large quantity or a lot. And revolves, verb, which is to treat as the most important element. So, our pick for May's book club is Bram Stoker's Gothic horror, Dracula. May is a special month to read this book because Dracula was originally released 125 years ago, on the 26th of May, 1897. Bram Stoker was a keen researcher, and when he read Emily Gerard's The Land Beyond the Forest, a book of Transylvanian folklore, he took copious notes. Gerard was a Scottish writer, born in Airdrie, and it was she who introduced Stoker to the evil vampire with garlic atop his coffin. You can read more about her influence via the blog. In addition to this, Stoker visited libraries, took out a copy of the accounts of principalities of Wallachia and Moldova by William Wilkinson, strolled by the Whitby Museum to continue his research through maps, then down to Whitby Harbour, where he interviewed members of the Royal Coast Guard. All of this so he could create an authentic, rich experience. You can read more about Stoker's research via the link in the blog. But what is the book about? Well, for those of you that don't know, Dracula is an epistolary novel, which is a book made of letters, diary entries, and newspaper articles. Today, we might call this found material, or found footage. The plot revolves around an English solicitor named Jonathan Harker, who is travelling to Count Dracula's castle in Transylvania at the start of the novel. He intends to meet the old count and assist him in buying a home in London. But what Jonathan discovers inside the castle is beyond any horror he could have imagined. The original vampire who is set on spreading his plague of death and blood. I've always loved Dracula. For me, it was not just a Gothic horror novel, but an adventure story, a road movie full of different avenues. It offered discussions of hope, loyalty, good and evil, right and wrong, and yet discussed the space in between those two binaries. Asked us, what is evil anyway?
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm Head of Creative and one of the Senior English Teachers here at Intrepid English. Intrepid English audio courses are a unique way to listen and learn English on the move. Season 1 of our Small Talk audio course is now live. Small talk doesn't have to be just awkwardly remarking on the weather. In Season 1 of the Small Talk audio course, you will learn diplomatic language and functional vocabulary and expressions for introducing yourself, accepting or politely declining an invitation, saying that you don't understand, and asking for clarity. We'll also look at some grammar related to this topic. Each bite-sized lesson comes with a transcript and downloadable worksheet. All of our audio courses are available on Apple Podcast subscriptions and the Intrepid English website. Subscribe and join us today.
These are just a few of the topics we will discuss in book club. The class is 60 minutes long and structured around reading a chapter, or a few pages, depending on length, discussing vocabulary and sharing our thoughts about what we've read. So, for the 4 Wednesdays of May, we'll be travelling to Transylvania armed with garlic and steaks and fierce hearts. The book club dates are Wednesday the 4th of May at 10 a.m. UTC, Wednesday the 11th of May at 10 a.m. UTC, Wednesday the 18th of May at 10 a.m. UTC, and Wednesday the 25th of May at 10 a.m. UTC. You can book a seat via the link in the blog or by going to the website. For those of you that do not have access to a physical copy of the book, go to the blog and go to the link of the Gutenberg project, which is a free version of the book that you can use. Here are also some questions we'll be discussing in the class. Number 1, how do you feel about the way the novel is written? Number 2, how would you describe Jonathan Harker? Number 3, what are your first impressions of Dracula's castle? Number 4, how would you describe Count Dracula upon first meeting him? And number 5, what warning signs is Bram Stoker using? There's another link on the blog, which is the incredibly interesting true story about Bram Stoker's writing of Dracula. When he wrote it, he wanted people to believe this was a true story, however his publisher disagreed. I would highly recommend going to the blog and reading this article. Well, I'm really looking forward to our month ahead. I hope you all are too. As usual, if you have any questions, you can contact us via the blog or the website. I'm Tom, Head of Content and Senior Teacher here at Intrepid English, and thank you for listening to this podcast.